All right, we're recording now. And there you go. So I've got the Avi levels up, and once again, they're just too small. There's no room to make money in this. What is it? It's like 50 cents, less than 50 cents between levels. I don't know where to, how to make money on this stuff, so it's not even worth the risk. Look at the 1 minute candles. There's no room. So once again, no trading today for me. But other than that, let me know what you guys want to look at. And also, I've had this idea. I want to find where can we find a good, reliable source for news events that could potentially impact the SPY. Anyone have any ideas? And we know where the news is scheduled, so we know at what time there's going to be some announcements or something. Let me know. We
Have
can start
have we
looking.
used? Oh, sure.
Go ahead. Mhm.
Usually, I set up some Google alerts for for the stocks and the figures that I'm following on a daily level. And before the market starts, I always used to take a look at them, like the most important news, because it finds the highlights which have, let's say, the most citations around. So you
Mm,
just need to create more manual Google alerts, and then you can schedule them on a daily, let's say.
yeah, yeah,
Schedule.
pop up. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, Google Alerts pretty straightforward. Cool. Thanks, Alcus. And KD, we're talking trading economics. Okay. Mark, you got something to share? Got something about news? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Shoot.
there's I use Twitter as well. I have like three pages that post like the second it happens, whatever it might be.
Okay.
So I can also post those in the Discord as well.
Yeah, please do. That'd be
And
cool.
also there's an app called investing.com. I use their economic calendar with 2 to 3 star news on like its whatever filter category that also shows what's probably gonna come out today.
Cool. Very good. Lots of good ideas in here. Thanks. What else, guys? Any other ideas?
So are you not using Trading Journal anymore?
Well, it's there. We can use it. No big deal. I'm just looking around, seeing what else there is. I've never looked around before. I was always within that ecosystem. So it's good to see what else is out there. So we have Forex Factory, Abhishek. Thanks. Rachit, you're looking at Stock Labs. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna open up all these, start investigating them. Cool. Market Watch. Oh yeah, I used to use Market Watch, Sunny, when I was looking at earnings and all those kinds of things. Benzinga, you still using that? Passive income. That's cool. That's yeah, ultra fast. As it happens, real time. The guy comes on and starts talking about whatever's going on. So that's a good one.
Existing home sales at 10 a.m. Does that have I would assume that would have a effect on the market, yeah?
Yes, that would have an impact, I imagine. Yes.
It's at 10 a.m.
Okay. So that'll probably impact the market. All good. What else we got in here? Forbidden word, Maybach. Listen, there are no forbidden words in here. I don't maintain any such policies. As long as everyone's respectful and not hurting anyone, malicious, anything like that, all good. Mention whatever you like. I don't have any affiliations with anyone, so all good. Sahara, yeah, website that would just give us a news calendar for at what time news would be coming out today, and ideally how impactful it could be. So if we're trading the SPY or the ETFs, I think it has an impact. So that's what I like to look at. Briefing.com, Dave. Okay. I haven't seen that. I don't think I ever came across that. What else? Thank you, Adrian. Good morning, all the Avi believers. Have a great trading day. I love it. Raf, Finviz. All right. Thanks. The paid version of Finviz. Again, another one I haven't looked at in so long. I used to look at Yahoo Finance as well. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what these things are anymore. Time to look at it. All right. Anyways, I'm not trading today, but we have the home sales thing at 10. So if you guys interested in the SPY, try and pay attention to it at 10 a.m. or don't be in a position at 10 a.m. effectively. Look at that. It jumped right now. It jumped, and sure enough, it respected the Avi level already. The market hasn't even opened yet, and we got it out of the way. Look at that. Look at that. Avi level on the SPY. What else we got here? You guys are full of insights. See that? Everyone's got knowledge and opinions here. It's great. Good for breaking news. All right. Thanks, honey. Yeah. Benzinga is really great for breaking news in my experience as well. I mean, again, I haven't used it. I haven't used any of these in years, so I don't know. Matt, you're looking at Mara. All right, let's look at it. Mara has dumped already. Is there Bitcoin news? But if you're just looking at a 30-minute chart, zoom out a little bit, what you find here is this was resistance. Just put a line here. This was resistance, breakout, and it's been support. And right now it's down there again. So it's in a key area, approximately 18.7. See what happens here. So yes,
the news not related to Bitcoin. It's a secondary offering on Mara. So yeah.
Yes, cool. Thanks. So not Bitcoin. Cool. Mara was what do they do? They're a miner, a Bitcoin miner, or a blockchain company.
Miners.
Okay.
It's actually private offering, not public offering.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All right. Cool. We got. Wow, we got a lot of tabs open now. You got trading economics calendar. Okay, thank you. You know what I'll do, guys, with all these 10, 20 different links, 80-20, I'll just open it up, whichever one straight away pops up the news to me. That's the only one I'll keep. There's no need to go
Whichever
into too much.
one looks pretty, has pretty colors.
That's it. You know it. 80-20, man. If it takes more than 5 seconds to figure out, it's not 80-20 anymore. It's a waste of time. That philosophy has worked pretty well for me, including deciding to take a trade or not. Sahar, you got the news here from FX Street. Cool, thank you. So 10 a.m. existing home sales, and then crude oil at 2:30. Okay, and 5 o'clock 20-year bond auction. All right, great. Sahar is our official new breaking news presenter in this room. At least before the market opens, Neil. Let's start with that. Okay, Sahar, you got it. You got to roll. There we go. Different roles for different Avi8ors. Are we going to go with that from yesterday? Probably should. Filters the news only for the United States. And it shows the impact. Cool. Thank you. FX Street. Very good. Team Avi. Yeah, Joseph. Love it. Okay, those are the X accounts you follow, Mark. Cool. Thanks. Mark, could you share those in our Discord somewhere, or maybe in announcements or general or somewhere? Let us all know. Those are some interesting accounts to follow for news. Bloomberg J. Yeah, well, yeah. I forgot about Bloomberg. 21. Raf, you think Mara is a temporary drop? Yeah. Could be. You can see this area, even just looking at a chart. This is an area where the buyers keep ambushing the price and pushing it up aggressively. Even if it stays down there for a little while, it always goes up from there. So there is that perspective as well. So it could be good. Something to look at.
Hey, good morning, Avi. Discussing this thing here. I'm in another community where they follow this trusted X account, and they've created a bot in their Discord server where all the news catalyst, the bot instantly kind of just like shares that in the community.
Okay, that could be interesting. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, I can try to see if I can figure out how they did that. I think that's pretty cool.
So effectively, these are, Discord's full of all kinds of bots you can bring in. But if you find a bot that can do that, please share it with me, and we'll look at it. And if it makes sense, we can bring it in.
Yeah, of course. Let me find that out after.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Raymond. That's
Yeah, no
great.
problem.
Raymond, how is it? Is it too overwhelming with just constant pings of useless stuff, or is it actually pretty
so they have the server named as financial news and stuff, and honestly, it's pretty irrelevant stuff. And I'm pretty sure it is like often posting a lot of things, but I think we can limit it to maybe 2 or 3 X accounts rather than a bunch of different ones. Like this thing, like I'm in there right now, it shows me all the tweets that Trump keeps sending out. It instantly shares that in the community.
Okay. Yeah, let's not make it too noisy, but
Yeah.
I mean, something like tweets from the president, that would be great. I mean, those things are surprising and impactful at the same time.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely work on that and see if in the back end.
Yeah, let me know. Let us know. Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem.
Cool. All right. So let's look at Mara. There's 2 potentials from this level, or 3. It either goes up, or it goes down, or it goes sideways. The one place it cannot go is to the left, right? So we have a level. We know it can stay there. If it goes through that level, the next area of support I see is down here, 1820-ish, 1830-ish. You can see that was where the buyers were previously, right there. So that would be a first target if you're getting a short. If you're getting a long, I'd look for where's resistance. Most recent resistance just over 1908. And yeah, there it is. Just over 19 makes sense. There we go. It's already a drop. There goes the market. Once again, guys, watch your setups. Wait for it. The market is a gold mine. So wait for your setups. And the SPY, look at that thing. You can't even use these levels. But yesterday we were talking about skipping levels on the SPY. Well, hold on. What happened here? There we go. Okay. So let's just quickly move into the SPY. I want to just investigate this thing. Already in the first 30 seconds, you can skip 2 levels. Gosh, this is a mess. Let me see what I can work with here. Ooh. How do you skip levels? I don't see a way to do it. Forget it. I don't see a way to do it. All right. So anyways, anything else y'all want to look at? Let me know. We'll look at it. Let's see what's moving. TradeLink, you got ChatGPT to create a bot. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that now. That's 80-20 thinking. Get AI to just do it for you. Thank you, TradeLink. I love it. We should look at that. There you go.
Ooh, doggy. Look at Microsoft.
Let's see. All right. Straight to the bottom, huh? Again, not respecting levels. Forget about these levels for now. Where do we go? Microsoft. Straight to the bottom, and further down from here, you have that support a little lower. This is firm support around 502. Yeah, buyers were buying in this zone. Yep. Watch 502. You had support here at 505.25. Broke right through that. That was basically yesterday's low. I think that's an important area. And cool. So you got levels to work with here. Yeah. Mara went through 218. Let's look at it. Anyone catch any of these drops so far? They're all very fast and aggressive. Let me see. Where are my other charts? I don't even see them. Oh, there it is. Oops. All right, there we go. Ooh, I got Amazon open here and NVIDIA. Both of them, we have the whole opening range idea working. So yeah, let's look at NVIDIA real quick. You can
I
identify
did
the
too.
opening range right there. There we go. The bottom is there. The top is way up here. So it's a large opening range. If you're looking for a breakout of this range, really wait for it. It's going to be a while. And yeah, Mara, way down there. Let's look at Amazon. Again, the whole opening range concept. You can see twice it bounced down here and up here. This is actually better defined than NVIDIA, I think. So approximately right there and just about there. Yeah, just about. There's your opening range and measured moves off of that. Amazon makes sense. It's an easy to understand, easy to define opening range as compared to NVIDIA. Not as easy. So cool. We got those. Mara. Let's look further down on Mara. Now they went through that support. This is wild. Who's in this? So I would have said support here on Mara. It's already gone through all that. Where's the next area of support? Yeah, way down here. I'd go a little further up. You see that support right there? So 1750. Wow. Cool. You guys catching this? Private offering news, huh? So the 1 minute ORB may have been something you could catch, but it looks like it would have been extended from the VWAP, far from the VWAP, by the time it broke through that first candle, which would have been very difficult to enter. Would have worked, but a lot of risk. It's just super weak. Again, there were times I used to trade this kind of thing, and I would get in the first 10 seconds, probably here, just observing pre-market activity, and just think of it as a breakdown. So probably here, probably 1860 or so, pre-market breakdown. I would enter with a stop just above it and then be in this whole thing. But there's a good reason I don't trade like that anymore. It's just very scary. Cool. What else is on the move, guys? Anything you want to look at?
Tesla is kind of very interesting candle, 5 minute. And it's breaking up.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's a breakout. Yeah, ORB. Nice catch.
I didn't catch it.
No. Oh, you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. Not myself. Not myself.
Well, that's the first step, being able to see it. And then you can... There you go. So, opening range right there. 5 minute ORB, fallen angel setup, goes for 334 as a target. Did it gap somewhere overnight? Close was there. No, it didn't gap up. So just basically opening kind of where it closed. But a pretty good opening range. It went through PDC. Cool. There you go. There's your opening range, 5 minute ORB. So if you look at the prescribed price structure, you have a range, you have a breakout. Ideally, you get a retest, and then you get a leg up, consolidation, and then a second leg up. So let's see if all that happens. Still very early. Anything could happen. What do you guys got? What am I missing here?
I caught that beautiful move on Baba at 122.90.
Baba. All right.
Baba, I saw in the pre-market it gapped up. It looked like a hot stock in play, and it's going.
All right. Yes, gap up. A good gap up. Looks like a catalyst. And then a fallen angel. Look at that. So if you look at the opening price, I used to always look at the opening price. That was actually one of the most trustworthy automatic levels I used. I got into Avinacci stuff. So opening price, and then you have the bottom there. You catch that breakout, and you're scalping to the level, and then to the next level. You even have the retest right there at 934. And there you go. It's rejecting off of that level there, further up. Pretty cool. Nice. Good work on Baba. Not too complicated, huh? Again, I always suggest if you're going to scalp, make scalping easy. I think scalping is very complicated, very difficult. The way I like to make it easy is to sit out a few minutes and try and identify the opening range and then go off of measured moves off of that. That's it. No other indicators, no nothing. And, you know, if the RVR is not there, don't touch it. If it's there for you. And on something like Mara, you wouldn't be able to identify the opening range. So that gets a little tricky where the other way to do it is levels on the 30-minute chart. That's what I've done with this one. Tesla, you identify the opening range. Oh, there's your retest just happened a minute ago. And on its way up again, looks like. So this is a simple way to scalp. Very simple. I prefer doing it this way if I was going to scalp. What do we got here? Vinay, you're looking at AT&T? Yeah. Oh, it pushed up. What happened? Is there news on this one too? No, it gapped down. Well, possible news on it. So if you're looking at a gap and lots of activity, you're thinking about scalping. So once again, trying to identify a range, you have the 1 minute range. It's the only thing I can see on it.
Yeah, AT&T had earnings this morning, I believe.
Okay. Nobody's buying cell phones anymore or cell phone plans. It gapped down. Poor earnings. So, all right, there you go. 1 minute ORB. If you caught it, you would have hit the target a couple of minutes ago. Not too bad. Nice. So some decent price action again. AT&T's ORB, Baba's ORB, and Tesla. And of course, we have Mara as well. But that's takes a little more planning, I'd say. You're looking at 30-minute charts and finding these levels. There you go, 1750. But here's what's interesting again on Mara. Just because it's struggling at 1750 after a move down doesn't mean it's going to reverse. And this does not look like a reversal. This looks like it's consolidating before it continues. I mean, it could go in any direction, but probabilities is what you got to think about. And the fact that the buyers didn't aggressively push it up, failed to even make new highs beyond the consolidation, even that so far is telling me the sellers are still in charge. The buyers are not aggressive enough to buy at higher and higher prices. It even just printed a newer low by a penny or so just now. So if you're thinking directions from here, the higher probability is downward on Mara. And if we have that, again, you want to look further down at the next area of support, would be this intraday area on the 8th of July, right there, 1716-ish. So price action stuff. Oh, there we go. Now the buyers come in. This is not somewhere I would put risk on. Definitely not. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So you have Mara, you have Baba came back. Still in Baba? Sorry, who caught that?
No, I'm out of Baba. I took off, yeah, about 60%, then stopped at break even.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good risk management. When you're scalping the open, partial out at a key area and take the risk off. Tesla back into its opening range so far. It could still be a retest. As long as it stays in the upper half of the range, it can still be a valid retest. But you never know. Keep an eye on it again. Let it give you confirmations. There we go. Got buyers at 331 on Tesla. Ooh, look at NVIDIA, guys. That is interesting. You got the high there. It printed a new high. It's not a setup for a breakout yet, but if it consolidates up here with higher lows, that breakout area could be good. Could be. It's making higher lows so far today. Very tricky up here with the sellers sitting up there. So something to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on it up here. You never know. And Amazon at the bottom of its range. Oh, but look at Amazon here. Again, no setup for a breakout, I'd suggest. Because it should consolidate before it breaks out. Then you can trust the breakout. I mean, again, it could still break out, but I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't put risk on this. So things to look at. Yeah, Alkis, go ahead. Sing on the beach.
Avi, I had I sorted from the SMCI and I looked out, but I want to check with you if you see any significant level.
Yeah, so let's look at it on a 30-minute perspective, just a little zoom out, and you find got a significant level area right about here. This is a consistent support area.
Yeah.
There, and then a false breakout, and then it went through. So was support, and it broke through it. It could turn into resistance. Oh, that is also the high of today so far. So there you go, resistance.
Exactly.
Further
I
down,
shorted it there.
oh, you shorted it up there. Ha, nice.
Yeah, up to 50.90.
Oh wow, look at that. Wow, man, that's pretty tough trading. Good job. Wow.
Thanks.
Shit, man, I don't have the courage to do this stuff. Well done. Nice, very nice. SMCI, huh? I wouldn't have thought of that today. Cool. And then also you have, well, it came down and then consolidation. You had a very tight consolidation in the pre-market. You could have seen a breakout here, but nothing really to work with. Where would you find support? Would be further down. It's a pre-market low area. Yeah, right about there. Actually, that's an important area. Look at this 50.18-ish. You had resistance yesterday, then a breakout and turned that resistance into support. Let's zoom in a bit. Here. See, that was resistance, the
Yeah,
breakout.
exactly. 50.2 up to 51.42.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the range I would look at. And again, these levels, this level specifically, about 50.2, is a level you could really trust because it was resistance, and then very cleanly, resistance flipped and turned into support. These are the best levels, the ones that are being respected. And it's very clear that it was, that the orientation flipped. You can really trust them. So I like those.
Amazing. Thank you very, very much, Avi. I agree.
Man.
Perfect.
Yeah. Nice job, man. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you, Avi.
Got it. Cool. Raf, you caught it AT&T. No, sorry, you caught Mara going down. Nice. Is it still going down? We're thinking about further down earlier. And bounced a bit. But let's see. Again, there's no way I would have taken a long. I still wouldn't think of it as a long. If you got the short, you're down here, you get a lot of it off. And even thinking of it as a short from here gets very difficult because the buyers did buy it. It hasn't even come back down to the breakout area or breakdown area. And let's see if this turns into a double bottom, then you can think more of a long, a more trustworthy long. So, yeah, good stuff. And you got Saban, you're looking at AMD. What do we have here? AMD, let's zoom out a bit. This one looks okay. Oh, look at that. Now we can work with Avi levels, maybe. But nothing on a 30-minute setup that I can see.
Daily is interesting on AMD, but the buyers are not really there right now. So you look at daily.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Did that hammer as well. I think we were talking about this yesterday, right? Gap up, consolidation. In the consolidation, it put that hammer. So this is a naked trading stuff I like to see. If you have a bigger picture level around 155-ish, so you had, basically it's in an uptrend, and during the consolidation, it put in a hammer with room to the left on the hammer. Then the new high is the entry, stop below it, and you're in this going up. I'd like to see this on a 30-minute chart. I'd definitely take it. On a daily chart, it's a swing trade perspective.
Yeah, the seller volume is higher, right? My plan was to go long on it, but like no, there's nothing there right now.
Yeah, but long off of previous day's high would make sense if you can find the bounce. If it bounced, let's see, put previous day's high in there.
Right there, 156.25.
Yeah, right about there. Yep. And you can see that's so far the low of the day. So that bounce is a trustworthy one. And you would have been able to catch it. Again, this is a tough one because it's fast. I remember back in 2023, early 2024, I used to catch stuff like this, put options on in the first 10 seconds of the market as it bounced, and then scalp it all the way up and be done with it in a couple of minutes. But for now, what's interesting is it's putting these lower highs as it's coming back to the level. And as long as it finds buyer higher up than it found buyers previously, then you have something you might be able to work with for a long. So there's interesting. Good stuff. Keep an eye on it.
LDR has a similar daily to AMD.
PLTR?
Yeah, gap up, retracement with a hammer.
Cool. Let's look at it. Real quick, we'll look at Tesla first. So you could see that We had the opening range, we had the breakout and the retest. Now, even though it went into the range, it stayed within the upper half, right? Halfway of the range is approximately here somewhere. It stayed within the upper half. You can still treat it as a retest and go. That's what we were talking about maybe 10 minutes ago. And this is a good looking retest. That's the bullish candle right there. The new 1 minute high could be the entry. Find a tight stop and you go. I would probably, if I took that, I'd probably put the stop. I would think I would like to put it down here, but that's way too wide. I'd probably use then the previous candle below the red one here and go. And then when this wick happened, I'd move the stop in tighter below it. And then when this candle closed up here, I'd bring the stop tighter just below the level. So your entry would be, let's say, there. And within, call it 4 minutes of the entry, you're already at break even. And now you'd be taking your partials just under 334. That's how I would trade this one. So the key point, though, before all of that, that was all trade management. Before that is identifying the setup. And even though it came into the range after the breakout, it stayed within the upper half. So it's still valid for a retest. It gets tricky, but it's still valid. And then it puts in these higher lows with serious wicks. And this really was the precise balance. And off you go. So there you go. Not bad. I don't have enough eyes to look at all these things. I wish I did.
Ooh, Tesla's turned around.
Yes, Tesla. That's exactly what we're talking about. Good stuff. All right, PLTR. What's it on PLTR? What do we got? What do we got? Nah, nothing to work with on this. Looks like a gap up. And
I mean the daily.
daily. All right, daily. What do you see
Similar
on
to AMD.
Well, it put in this wick, but this is not one of those hammers you trust. Because the wick is not as
Three times.
not 3 times, and the body's kind of large, and it's got a wick on the upside as well. We also want some room to the left. I mean, it has it as a consolidation is concerned, but yeah, it's not ideal. Realistically, it's just inside yesterday's range, which yesterday was a bit of a choppy day. I mean, it went down and went back up, and just stayed there. So you don't want to play inside it. Just looking at the daily. But look at this. What do we have? Was it a gap up? It was, yes. Opened up. So you can think of the fallen angel idea, which happened here. You had the drop and then false breakout here. If you went in, you'd be stopped out pretty quick. And you take one stop on that. Let's put the levels on.
Very jerky.
Yes, very jerky for sure. So that would have been, though, a decent entry right here to go long because the consolidation happened and the breakout happened. If you like to catch breakouts, you'd be in that and then stopped out quick. But then it made a higher low before going back to the level. Now here it's difficult to enter the breakout because it doesn't have a good consolidation before the breakout. But the bounce off, the retest could be something you might work with. Again, tricky because the consolidation is just not there. All you have to work with here is higher lows.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I'd put the stop below this red candle. That's the low just a couple minutes ago. And then you're holding for the upside if you're in this. If you manage the entry right about where it is now, maybe a little lower. And your target's further out. 151.75-ish. Cool. That's on the move as well.
Tesla's coming back.
Apple, Microsoft is getting wrecked.
Microsoft as well. Nice. Man. There you go. Look at Microsoft. Big old reverse ABCD, huh?
Oh.
There's another word for this. I've forgotten it. Where it goes and it relaxes and then it goes again. It's ABCD, but in the more
Bull flag.
No.
Bear flag.
Yeah, no. Flags there. That's a popular term. I read it in a book somewhere. In the Japanese candlestick book. Boy, I read that book years ago. I gotta look at it again, find the other term for it. That's much more popular. But ABCD makes sense. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But there you go. You see on Tesla, again, just scalping this way, trusting your targets. I tend to trust measured moves. They're just so simple and easy and precise in the sense you don't have to guess where it can go looking at something like the level 2 where it can be spoofed, or something like the tape for targets. That I don't know how to do that. The tape, I think, is useful for entries. For targets, I'm not sure. But this is just easy. If you identify the range that you're convinced about, then you have a measured move. And you can just target that. So, and again, there's a good reason why I based the Avi levels on measured moves. Very, very simple. Because, they're just easy to work with. and they're quite precise, as in you can't mess with them, compared to looking at a 30-minute chart and putting a line basically anywhere you want. Like, who was doing that yesterday when you guys were doing that? You just, that's an important level, then you
Right.
fuck, man. Really? You don't do that.
Ramon is quiet. I wonder if he was.
Raymond, that was you yesterday. I touched the level and you move it. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Level. Very important.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, that was a good comedy show. Don't worry, we have it recorded. All right. Oh, here's something. Here's something. Look at this. Let's look at Amazon. You identified the opening range, actually pretty well identified now. We had a false breakout, right? It broke out to the downside, but it came right back in and went beyond halfway in the range. False breakout. So what do you anticipate next? Come on, you guys know this?
Break out to the other side.
There you go. Exactly. That's what you can get set for and keep an eye on that. So your bias, your bias basically is a breakout up here on the upside. So let it get there. Ideally, it consolidates. Ideally, it breaks out. Ideally, it bounces off, does a retest, and you have all the conviction you need. Let's see if all that happens. So good stuff there.
How's everyone doing today?
Hey, welcome, man. All good. Your microphone sounds great.
Awesome.
Good,
The
good.
only thing that looks within my rule set is AMD today, so I'm just going to kind of watch it at these levels and see if it consolidates a little bit for a breakout. But for everything I watch as far as RVOL and the space between the Fibonacci levels, I'm not saying it's set up right now. I'm just saying it's the only thing that I'm looking at based on process of elimination.
Good, very good. That's excellent to do it that way. Process of elimination, keep the risk away. You narrow it down to one thing and you have the discipline to sit on it until it's over. So good stuff, man. Keep it up. Keep that thought process going.
Yes,
That
sir.
execution process. Yeah. Absolutely. Watch PLTR here, guys, as well. Here's the bounce. Could be interesting. If it puts in a very bullish candle in this zone, that could be interesting. AMD into its little chop fest for now. You got higher lows, so that's a good point for the high of day break potential if it gets up there. What else? Oh, yeah. You know what? Just because we can. All right. Some new folks in the room. How about let's target you today? SPY bouncing at that level, struggling, well, at least struggling to continue its move, respecting that level. Anyone know why? And if any of you guys who've been here a while answers, I'm going to say you're wrong just because you've been here. This is for the new guys. Come on. Gotta have some fun, man. I'm not taking a trade today, so come on. Oh, yeah.
Shit, what the hell is that?
Now, somebody look at one of those news sites that we just looked at and see what happened. Did somebody announce something?
Ooh, something just happened. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was about to pray for them too long. Oh, God.
Oh, yes, the news at 10. Yes, yes. Thank you, Ara. The news at 10. Well, we're still before the news. But, yeah, someone probably tweeted something because the news comes out and then the bots respond at 10, like 1 second after, or the algos respond. This is something else. This is a good breakdown, though. It worked. But anyways, for the new guys in the room, why did the SPY respect 630.2 for a long time and put in a very good descending wedge?
It's a beautiful color.
It's a very good one. Thank you, Alex. You're a fast learner, bro. I love it. It's a color. Anyone have any confusion about that? Everyone good? It's all about the color. Burgundy, buddy, burgundy. Tomorrow I'm going to change. Every line's going to have a different color on my chart. Then we'll figure out what happens.
Rainbow colors.
Yeah, it's a rainbow. We're riding the rainbow today. Oh my gosh. I spend too much time in kids' games, ponies and rainbows and all that. Time with kids.
Market sucks today.
Yes, it does. It sucks this month.
This is really bad price action. There's little nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's been
Up
terrible.
and down, up and down.
Yeah. Just sit out of it. I mean, there were one or two things you could have gotten to, like Tesla did a decent breakout. Again, not an ideal one, but you can see there's a way to do it. And I think Mara as well was okay if you were able to catch it super early. But I mean, how do you catch it anywhere here? There's no short, no long, even down here. You'd have thought about a long, but that double bottom didn't come true because the second bottom is lower. And yeah, no short because it never consolidated here to get into the short. The short would have been up here within 10 seconds of the open if you're able to catch that.
Microsoft is interesting now.
That worked. I think Raf, you caught Mara, right? Still in that? Microsoft is saying, did it work? What happened with it?
Holding a level.
Yeah,
3 bounces, 4 bounces.
it's just choppy there. It's not telling you any firm direction, firm confirmation of a continued move down or a reversal. It's not giving you any, anything you can rely on.
Yeah.
But once
Apple
again,
Apple would have been nice.
Okay. Apple. Oh, yeah, let's look at it. I don't think we looked at it today. Let's see. Yeah, move down. 30-minute chart. Anything to work with here? No. So let's just go to 1 and see what we got.
It was weird though, like the long wicks to the bottom side and the bar. Yeah, it was hard to take out. It looks good now, but I was long biased on it. It just wasn't really setting up.
Yeah, especially if you have a long bias. This is tricky because it's moving down, but with wicks on the downside.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of volume on the white candle. That one is like a lot of volume compared to the last 3 candles.
I see. I see. Yeah, very messy and tricky. Now, here's the thing about volume. Let's just use this white candle as an example. So it came down, but you already have some bullish activity before it broke through. That second candle, it broke down. So it broke a new low. You could consider that a breakout. But then on this white candle, the key point is it put in a massive amount of volume, much more than normal. And so you would think the buyers are buying it here. So you'd have to know your entry criteria. If you're interested in a long, you might go long above it, or if it claims moving averages or whatever you're into. On the other side of it, when it fails is when it prints a new low. When the sellers defeat the big buyers, these are massive buyers here, because the volume was massive. So when that's negated, when the opposite side of the market comes and overwhelms those buyers, which is nothing more than printing a new low and even then retesting it, that's a massive short opportunity. That's something, again, I used to work with when I was reading volume. And this is basically trading off of volume more than trading off of patterns, candlestick patterns. You're almost trading off of volume patterns. But you still need to know kind of where the highs and lows are of the volume. That's why you need candlesticks, and the wicks are very telling. So that's something to really think about. Again, I've used it over the years, but just a little too unreliable because volume keeps moving. You think it's a big volume candle, but the next 5 candles have more volume than what you thought was already a big volume. So then it gets a little messy in your head. But so for those reasons, I stopped trading that way. But it's something you could work with. In this case, it would have worked all right. Again, you have massive buying volume on this white candle. And when that's negated is when basically the price prints below that. And the buyers are unable to even push it up. And then the retest is very telling. The buyers are just not able to go back up to where they were. They just got overwhelmed and straight down. At this point, you're not looking really at volume, just looking at the price action holding below 213.9. So these are things you can do. Again, independent thinking, different ways of trading. You don't have to put a million things on your charts. Just throw the volume bars and candlesticks on there and then draw lines as you see big volume happening. And then look for the breakthrough from those volume activity moments. So things to work with. You can build a trade book around that. I don't even know if I have my old trade book that described all this stuff. I probably have it somewhere. But think about it, guys. Again, these are good indications for continuations, as in this one would have been a really good continuation to the downside. Other than that, I don't see much in it. It's very tricky as far as just candlestick patterns are concerned. So there you go. Something new to think about if you want to indulge yourself into volume.
Deadly.
I will say this month will teach me how to not play in the sandbox when there's no sand.
There you go. There you go. Best thing in the world. But you know what? I think the truth is Alcus has it right. He's sitting on the beach, on the sand, in the sunshine, in the Mediterranean. I'm just standing here like a fucking idiot. I want to go there.
I need to scale up enough by next year so I could just take a fucking vacation.
Yeah, just go.
Like,
just go.
That thing they talk about with people on the beach trading. I just want to be sitting there watching charts of choppy price action and not taking positions, just so I'll look.
That's the best, man. Best way not to lose money.
What work's already been done. Oh shit!
Fantastic. Oh man.
Yeah,
I love
so
it. You see lots of ads out there where people talk about day trading and people trying to present day trading to the world. It's one style you always see is Lambos and private jets and all that stuff. And the other style you see is people sitting on a beach with an iPad putting on $1 million trade while sipping a pina colada. It's like, what? I mean, all these images you see of this, and I mean, I've been trading a while. I know what trading is. I'm like, really? Seriously, you're doing that? I mean, come on. Why the false imagery? I mean, come on. It's not like that. And we all know
it took me a while to shake it and realize what it was. Like mentally, I have to look at this like a savings account, and I'm just trying to grow it. And if I can keep it in that mindset, then I can block off the Lambos and private beach mental images that I got programmed with when I started.
No, that's a great perspective. I like that. It's a savings account. You got to just try and grow. I like that. That's never heard it said that way. Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries. That's this webinar is going to be a total like hatch job because I'm slapping it together so quickly, but it's going to turn into this weird, like, this is my mindset. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but here's how I'm approaching it. And that's kind of one of the things when I look at it like a savings account that I'm just trying to compound while I've got my day job paying bills, like that takes a lot of pressure off it.
That's fantastic. And don't worry about how the webinar comes off. What's most important is that you just share yourself, your opinions, your thoughts, and it's not right, it's not wrong, it's yours. It's you. You've developed this mindset and it's brought you to where you are, and it's built in the resilience in you, and you've been through the ups and downs of day trading last couple of years. So just share yourself as you please. So don't worry about anything else.
That's kind of like I was trying to like put it together. Like yesterday, I was cooking briskets, and I was like, man, I'm just going to tell my story and where we are, and where we are currently building this cash account, and how everything's led up to this point, and hopefully someone will identify with some of the stuff that I see. And that's the biggest thing for all us, knowing that like the things you're thinking and seeing, everybody goes through it. It's not just you.
Yeah. No, fantastic, man. Thanks. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, I am too, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Good stuff.
So AMD got up to the top of that level and failed, and it's back in the chop zone. So I'm gonna go pull ribs and do some stuff like that. Come back and look at it in like an hour or so and see if it decides to get to a level and consolidate. But if not, that's probably all I'm gonna mess with today.
Best thing. Seriously, guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot to learn from what Dustin's doing here. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
It took me a week of getting throttled to get to this point.
You got it, man.
I got obliterated last week. Oh, see, look there. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Bye-bye. Tesla is trying to break out.
Tesla again? All right. Let's look at it.
I don't know. Just watching today.
Yeah. Well, it is a good setup for the high of day break. It's consolidating higher lows. You got the top, well, the high of day right about there. So yeah, it's setting up. Looks
like a war.
Yeah, it's a battle between buyers and sellers at these high of day points. But when the buyers do win, it's a good breakthrough. Same thing with low of day. You know what? I'm curious about this whole Apple thing. Let's put the volume bars on the chart and see what it looks like.
You were right.
It looks exactly as you said.
Yep.
Oh man. Yes. Looks well. Let's see it. I bet I'm gonna get confused once I do this. Watch me. I haven't looked at volume in years. It feels like once in a while I put some funny things on the charts. Oh yeah, there it is.
Exactly as you said.
Yeah, we always ignore the first minute because we know it's always big, and then this one's basically double of the previous ones. And yeah, you can trust it. And here's what's interesting. It went up and it just consolidated there, making lower highs with lower volume as well. And then when a breakout happened, that happened with increased volume. By increase, I mean just increase from the previous 3-4 candles. You don't want to just look at the whole thing. Just look at the previous activity. That's, I think, more relevant. And once that candle closes, printed a new low, overwhelmed the buyers that were there on some excess volume, basically double of the previous candles. Then you wait for that retest, which happened near precisely. And boom, you're in that. And for targets, let's see how we can use volume for targets. I've never been good at that. And I can't identify anything unusual down here as far as being able to identify a bottom here. There's nothing here that can tell me. A little localized activity. Maybe here you have 3 candles localized, and then this red one, that's telling you more about going down further.
Yeah, there is no level there. Yesterday's low is at 12, but yeah, 12.25. So
yeah,
it's just consolidating it. No
yeah, makes sense. There's no volume, so you can't use volume there to find targets. Well, I've never been able to do that anyway. Just like the tape, you can use it to find entries, but finding exits is tricky with the tape and with volume. I think I like to predefine these things with levels.
Yeah, levels much easier.
Yeah.
SMCI breakout.
SMCI. All right. Let's see what's going on there. Hey, look at that SPY Avi8ors levels. There you go. We don't need to repeat that again. You guys know what the story is on that? Oh, there you go. SMCI, high of day, at a bigger picture level. High of day. Again, tricky to catch because that consolidation is not really tight, but it did break out. And again, retest right there happening. Cool, man. You guys are catching it.
I caught that.
Nice. There you go. Keep an eye on that one.
Does Apple look like it's about to reverse to go back up?
Apple to go back up. Let's see. Let's zoom out a bit. And yes, right down here is where you have support. Just yesterday, you can see multiple bounces in this area. So let's put a level there. So this is where you think there would be buyers. So then going into the 1 minute, do you see a reversal pattern? I don't. I see a low. I see a lower low. And so far, it's just moving up gently, but nothing to tell me that it's truly being taken over by the buyers and going. So for now, it looks like it's more sideways than up or down. Just leave it alone. Yeah.
How would you use volume to help confirm when it's ready to reverse? Kind of nice that you suddenly talk about volume today. Love it.
Yeah. Somebody, I think Gurinder mentioned it on the breakout. So we're like, all right, this is one way I used to use it. I don't use it. Firstly, guys, you should. I'm sharing this with you because this is something I used to do. Intentionally, I don't use volume these days. I have a more effective way of trading than this. But if you guys are interested, here it is. For a reversal, what I'd wait for is a big picture level. So it got to that. And on a volume perspective, I'd like to see 2 things come together. One is massive volume. So something like this, massive volume. It's double of the previous activity or something like this. So we haven't had that kind of activity down here in this level. At the same time, I want to see a truly bullish candlestick. So that massive activity, lots of buying volume on a big bullish hammer. If I see those 2 at the same time, then I'll get interested. So just using a candlestick pattern, not even a pattern, just a candlestick with massive volume. And then if it prints a new high, basically showing me that momentum upward is continuing, that could be the entry. But I don't see any of that over here. Down here, there's nothing.
Sideways for now. I will wait. I'm interested in Apple.
Yeah. Sit back and relax and do what Alkis is doing. Sit on the beach. I'm going to keep talking about that because that's where I want to go.
Hopefully one day I'll get there to be able to sit on the beach with a laptop, playing out that image that everyone's selling us on YouTube.
Oh my God. The only thing you can do on a laptop on a beach is maybe play some poker or shooting games with us. Like there's nothing, there's no trading. There's no trading. I mean, you can, but it's just the mind is not in the right place. But the imagery is quite nice, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I remember this. I'll tell you one thing. I went before I got into day trading. I'm talking like 2013 or something, way back. I went into a digital marketing workshop. I was learning about SEO and how to run Facebook ads, Google ads, and all that stuff. I actually did a lot of work with that stuff. And so I went to this workshop, and this guy whose workshop I went to, he had a book out. And the front image of his book was hilarious. He was also a pilot. He had his private airplane. He used to fly his little, I think he had a Cirrus, fly that 4-seater around. So anyways, so the image was he's on the beach, having landed his airplane on the beach. He's sitting on top of his airplane with his laptop and making millions and millions of dollars. And it's so funny. The whole first chapter of the book was just talking about sitting on the beach and making millions of dollars just by optimizing websites, SEO, Facebook ads, and stuff. I went to that workshop. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, the imagery was all right, but a nice fantasy. Really, there's no reality in that. There's no reality.
They really speak to you though, as a pilot yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I went to talk to him about flying more than I talked to him about, optimizing websites. And in the end, we talked more about flying than that stuff. I ended up learning more about marketing from other places. But powerful imagery. Yeah, Tesla. There you go. Yeah, printed high of day. It's bouncing almost precisely off of that level. There you go. Happening now, guys. Very good. Good catch. There it is. But yeah, be careful with the imagery, guys, because you put that stuff in your head, you're gonna, you don't want to get disconnected with reality. How about more simplistic imagery, as in success and not blowing up the account and then growing it steadily? Like realistically, that's what we all want. That's more important. Then later on, other stuff comes. SMCI ended up a false breakout. So far, Tesla ended up a false breakout. Looked good just 30 seconds ago. Oh, man. So that would have been a decent entry on Tesla. He would have stopped out by now. So again, a very tight stop. Same thing with SMCI. Both of them. Anyways. What happened with NVIDIA? Nothing really to work with. Amazon. Oh, yeah, guys. We were talking about Amazon earlier.
Mess.
Here we go. Amazon, so that false breakout leading to a real breakout on the other side. It never even got to that level, so obviously no entry. And now it's down here again. Of course, it's been super choppy, so you don't touch it where it's choppy. But if you're planning for a breakout down there, I'd be super careful because the buyers are sitting right down there, and we know that. It already did a false breakout. So be super careful. If you find your breakout setup, you de-risk it down there before you continue. But I mean, my gosh, it's a mess. Oof. Really, really tricky stuff.
Yeah, this is not the day. Yeah. Down with us. Took 3 sort of break-even trades, and not going to happen again.
Yeah. And getting into positions and taking break-even stops can be mentally draining. So
yeah,
they're just
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. Smart. Alcus, you got a few friends coming to join you. We're just about done trading.
We need a farewell check on Mark. I haven't heard from him all day.
Oh yes, what's going on, Mark? You making a video?
Where he at, man?
The market moved, so I'm scared for him.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm down like 8 hours. I took it off.
Oh my God.
I thought that was Mark for a second.
Yeah, we got some good actors in the room too. What do we got? Some on here. We got Microsoft and Google. You're looking at both. All right, let's look at them. Got Microsoft. It did break down, but shit, man, false breakout so far. Decent little setup. Again, not ideal with the patterns. You had the retest right there, so perhaps something to think about. And what do we have? Google. Google. I don't think we looked at Google today. That's interesting. All right, let's, since we're on the volume thing, let's see what we can work with. We have, let's say, if you found a short somewhere on Google, and you're looking where it could potentially support be. So down in this area, 190 and below, you have support way down here. That's yesterday's low. Further up, you have that low. I mean, these are way, way down. Where else? You have these buyers constantly buying up. Oh, here we go. Look at this. This is interesting right here. You have this high, just about, which is aligned with, here you go, breakout, bounce off, and it was resistance, and then the breakout there. So there were buyers right about here, 189.71. Now we go into the 1 minute. So that's zone. Let's put the volume bars on. Well, let's put it on this chart. We already have the volume bars here. Oops. Yeah, Google. All right. That gets more interesting. So now as the price, you're in a short somewhere, and as the price approaches this zone, you're trying to identify a reversal. Okay, you would target that zone, but let's say if you're looking for where are the buyers truly taking over? Here you had a massive volume spike, not close enough to the level. As it gets to level, this candle, this red one, that's massive. Now you would think of this as very bearish, and that would be right because the close is lower than the open, so the bears are still in charge here. But massive, unusual volume, and there's a wick, a pretty decent wick too, a pretty big one. Let's zoom in a bit. Pretty big one, right? Massive volume. So that would make you really skeptical about the continuation of the move down. You just be careful with it. You have low volume on these bullish candles. All right, fair enough. That again is consolidation because it's doing nothing. It's just staying within the inside of that big red one, not going anywhere. No room to the left, no nothing. Again, massive red candles. So it's telling you, especially this one, it's very interesting for a move down. This one right here at 10, yeah, exactly 10 o'clock. So you'd actually be interested in a short. And let's see, where do these buyers take over? Down here, there's more bullish activity, but nothing to really work with. This one's just inside, and this is interesting. For the first time, you're getting lower red volume than the white volume, right? Less selling than the buying, which is a change in pattern. So all the red bars are bigger than the white bars. I mean, especially these three over here. So everything's been telling you selling and bears in charge. But this one right here, for the first time, the whole complexion has changed. This is where you get uneasy about your short and begin to wonder if the buyers are coming. And now you have these two massive white candles, not twice as big as the previous one, but you can see the change in complexion here, the change in attitude of this whole volume pattern. And along with the increased buying volume, you have this wick. This is massive. Now, this has room to the left. Right here, right? This is very interesting, this one single candle. The next one even confirms it. Again, big volume, again pushing upward with a very bullish wick. And again, making new highs, and it's all white. It's lower, but it's all white candle. So it's in this area where you start getting interested for the long. Now, so, but it's still, what I would do is, let me think, you would, I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, so in this level, after these hammers, yeah, so then the entry would be amongst these candles right about here. I don't think there's much else to think about, really. So just at 10:05, 10:06, within these candles with a stop below it, and you'd be thinking about this long. Now, that's using the volume. Let's take away the volume and look at it this way. Naked candles trading. That's what I'm doing these days. And very simply, it's come down to a level and it consolidated. These aren't giant red candles. It's just consolidation candles. And then it put in this perfect hammer with room to the left. The new 1 minute high is the entry, stop below, and off you go. That's it. How much easier is that, huh? Without the volume? I prefer doing that. So you can see when I used to trade volume, it got trickier. It was messier. A lot of leeway for subjectivity. This would just be easier. So it's a good reason why I don't use that anymore. I just use candlestick patterns at levels and be precise about it. But that's it. Simple enough. You get some contrast over there. Two different ways to look at things. And I just find this without volume, without these additional indicators, I just find it a lot easier.
Avi, would you look at somebody said PLTR double bottom? Would you consider that double bottom because the wick on the first candle?
Here, down here.
Yeah, like they're saying that right there. That's just a double bottom where the price is right now. Scott said, yeah, Scott is looking at it.
Double PDC. All right, so where's PDC? PDC is here. All right, so where is now? Yeah, cool. So right about in this zone. No. Definitely not a double bottom. There's a few different things you gotta know. Double bottom is a reversal pattern. So to begin with, you want to make sure very firm downtrend. Right? It hasn't come into a downtrend. Dean, you got a hot mic. Thanks. Getting feedback. It hasn't been in downtrend. It's just been a choppy mess. No worries. It's a great big choppy mess. So no downtrend. So in that case, don't even think about a reversal. But let's say it was in a downtrend and it came down here and it put this bottom and then it put this bottom that's deeper than the first bottom. You call that a double bottom you trust? Anyone? Yes, no, yes? No, yeah, definitely not. As a double bottom situation, no, can't trust it because the second bottom is lower than the first. Now, the other thing you have here is a hammer. Now, would you trust this hammer as a reversal signal? This particular one in this localized context. What do you guys think? Not looking at a double bottom now. Looking at the other reversal pattern, which is this long tail hammer.
It appeared just after the long red candle, maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. It happened right after a big red candle. This is not a consolidation. This is just bouncing around. This is large.
Profit taking that BDC, that probably.
Well, I wouldn't touch any of this. This has happened after a big red candle, this hammer. And again, it's not an ideal hammer. It's still got a red body to it, right? So there's nothing here. Basically, zoom out, and all you see is chop. Zoom out. This is zooming out. What is this? So please don't touch this stuff. I'd be very careful. It could go up, down. I don't know where it's going to go. But that's the thing. These probabilities are just not in your favor, and then it's just gambling. So I'd be super careful with this stuff. Yeah, Nasser, go ahead. You're new here. Welcome. Joined yesterday.
Thank you very much. I was just going to ask a question about how reliable is 1 minute candles really? Do we have to, would you go for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, these kind of candlesticks, or you would rely on 1 minute as well?
I fucking hate 1 minute candlesticks. They're the worst. No way. I rely on 30-minute candlesticks personally. I find these the most reliable. So I wait for patterns on the 30-minute chart at a level that I like, which are Avinacci levels. And then I zoom into the 1 minute once the 30 minutes got to that level. And once the 30 minutes got a pattern that I like, then I'll zoom into the 1 minute and see if there's a small pattern that would give me an entry for the position. And that's basically it. That's the biggest use of the 1 minute chart for me. I don't trust 1 minute patterns. No way.
Yeah, fair enough. It was just about like a candlestick shape of like doji or whatever shooting start. So basically, you don't look at those in the 1 minute effectively. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, sure. You got it. Hey, Sarkhan, what's up?
Hey there. Good, you?
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you consider about the PLTR again, double bottom for the around 9:33? Can we consider it is a double bottom with the 10:20?
So down here with 10:20. Oh yeah, seeing these two big lows. Oh, well, what you need for a double bottom is firstly a genuine, serious downtrend, which this is not. This is a choppy mess, then just a bit of a breakout, and then a choppy mess. What you want is a clean, nice downtrend to a level you trust, and then a neat double bottom. And this is not even a neat double bottom if you're looking at it. If you considered it maybe like this, you may have seen that. Now that looks like a decent double bottom if you have a level approximately in the middle of it somewhere. This makes sense. You have a nice big arch in the middle. You can see the buyers stepping up. This makes sense if it happened after a great big trend. But beyond this, I mean, it just got into a mess, right? And this is all just choppy mess. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
So, no, it's got to be nice and clean.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Cool. What else do we got? Google, what happened with Apple? We were looking at that, the whole volume thing. Yeah, not going anywhere. Sure enough, it's just stuck there. Volume's not moving anywhere either. So if you like volume, but I'm just about done with it. Okay, guys, I'm going to remove it from my chart. It's going to mess with my head. How do you remove it? I forgot. I already forgot. Chart area. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. What else, guys? Last couple of minutes here. Let me know what you want to talk about. Other than SPY respecting Avinacci levels. Let me know.
Yeah, it's got an interesting retest going right now.
Retest on what, sorry?
SPY on the 30-minute coming back up and
oh yeah. Oh yes, I see it. So if you're using the 30-minute levels, you have this consolidation, you have the breakout, and then the retest of it. So you have, well, let's just use yesterday's high. Nice and easy. Automatic level, really. And yeah, a near precise retest, yeah. There you go, something to work with. Again, this is something I may have traded 12 months ago, this kind of bounce. Cool. Cool. Mark, skip a level on the SPY. Yeah, sure. We'll do it. Skip a level. Raf, oh, you didn't take Mara. I thought you did. Okay. You took scalps on AMD. Wow. All right. Hope you made out all right with AMD. It was a little tricky. What are you saying here, Scott? Gurinder is mostly the psychic indicator you don't have in your chart. What Gurinder is the psychic indicator you don't have? What are you talking about? You got me all mixed up. Everyone be careful with Scott. He knows what you're thinking. I mean, he really does. You be careful. Dan, now that we are exiled, what is the plan? Exiled? What the hell's exiled mean? Now we're free. Fuck, man. We got out of prison. Out of a certain ecosystem. What is the plan? The plan is to trade well, trade better, and do things in a very harmonious manner. Organically is what I mean. And be real about it. Be real about trading, not be bullshitters full of Lambos and stuff like that. I can't agree with that stuff. I just don't. Because I mean, we all know what trading is. It's not Lambos. It's not get rich quick. It's none of that stuff. It's tough. It's tough work.
It's Ferraris. No, I'm kidding.
Ferraris. Well, hell, rent them all you want, man. Do what you want. But I think it's really, really misleading to put images out there for people to get suckered into buying your trading book or whatever you're selling by showing them Lambos and Ferraris and super yachts. Yeah, clickbait. There you go. All that image. It's like emotional manipulation, really. I mean, I know this from the marketing world. I used to work in marketing, and it was a good reason I left that world. That's just I don't like that stuff. So let's just be truthful about it and do it right, man. Just do it right. Simple enough. So, what else? SPY slowly moving up. What else are we looking at? Nothing. Great big mess today, huh? Shit. This whole week. Should have stayed off the market. All right, cool. 10:30, guys. Let's end this recording before it becomes some sort of monstrous thing. Where is it?